Well, I've been involved with CEEA for about 12 years now. How it came to be was one of my business partners, Fred Moore. So when we started this company in 2010, he kind of said, it's time to hand the baton over. So I started going in the 61st rendition and have been a part of it ever since, and got put on the board in the 66th year and have been on it every year since. I love it. I think it's a great avenue to network. You know, we've expanded it from a networking association to more advocacy, and now have a charitable giving component to it. Typically what happens is if you're asked to come on the board, you come in at some kind of a role, and I guess if you do a good enough job, somebody will ask you to be their vice chair, and that's what happened in our year. Steve and Jen Major, chairs of the 71st, asked us to be their vice chairs. So we gladly accepted. We're vice chairs of the 71st. Myself and Allison were the chairs of CEEA 72. Next year for CEEA 73, we'll go on to past chair status and help out in any and support in any way we can. And then ultimately we'll go off the board, but it will be our intent to still, support the association by going to the events and partaking in the flagship event in August. For Allison and I, it was a lot of work. I think we knew there was a lot of work going into it, but probably not as much as we ended up doing. I don't regret anything and wouldn't change anything. I think what we tried to do was increase brand awareness and the marketing of CEEA. As I mentioned before, it used to be called the Oilmans. So in the 66th year, Peter and Deanna Kiss, Morgan Construction, changed the name from the Oilmans to the Canadian Energy Executive Association. So, we lost about 65 years of brand equity by making that change. So Allison and I spent a lot of time on branding and marketing to basically get the name CEEA, Canadian Energy Executive Association, out front. It's really building the brand of CEEA and getting that name out there so that people understand that CEEA is the old Oilmans. CEEA was always meant to be a networking association, but I think we're getting beyond that now. So although networking is very important, we've got a couple other pillars to it, and it's the advocacy and the community giving. I think the advocacy is going to be huge. We started in the 71st year a university engagement program where we reached out to, at that time, 3 different universities to try to maybe dispel the myths about the energy industry and fossil fuels and why everybody thinks they're bad. So we wanted to get to the that university level, and I believe in the next years to come, I think that'll be even expanded maybe to the high school level and even junior high level to try to again dispel those myths, talk about all the good things that the industry is doing. I think it was phenomenal. We had participation probably in the first year where we went to the 3 universities, and we probably had 70 to 100 kids attend. And keep in mind, this was during COVID, so it was done virtually. Last year, we went to Queens to their global energy conference, and we probably had 150 kids who took time out of their weekend to attend. And what I thought was interesting was attending the Queens event, that a lot of the comments back in the networking part where they don't hear our side of the story out here in Alberta and Western Canada. They just don't hear all the good things that what we're doing out here with respect to spending money on technology to try to help reduce greenhouse emissions and stuff. And what came of that is a lot of them actually said, hey, how do I come to Alberta? How do I come to Calgary, Edmonton, Grand Prairie, Fort Mac? I'd like to work. So it was very gratifying. And one of the other things that Allison and I were very excited and proud of last year was the establishment of the Canadian Energy Executive Fund. So we had started this, came out of our executive retreat, and we decided to start an education fund, and there was 2 components to it. It was the Energy Award and the Indigenous Award. So we were able to raise just right around $250,000 at our Governor's Charity Ball for the fund. We've got applications that people applied for and got it, and then this year we're hoping to build on that. It's another way that we can put our money where our mouth is. The idea is to make sure we keep the best and brightest in our industry, so not have them start to go to university and then go down a different road and we lose all the bright stars of the future, because they are the future leaders of tomorrow. We do a lot of events through CEEA, like our Beyond Boomers event. So we do it in conjunction with Modern Miracle Network. And it's an event where we have energy execs and young professionals in the room with us, share thoughts, ideas, because I think they are the future and they will be the future leaders of the industry. And I do see that we are doing a good job there, and I think they like what's going on and they want to be part of the solution. Well, it's been awesome. Like I said, I've been involved for 12 years. It has really expanded my network and has opened doors, not only just personally, but professionally. We've had the ability to increase business with some of the people that I've met. You meet people in this association that you probably wouldn't have the ability to meet before. And sometimes these people become, lifelong friends.